Hi, everybody. My name is Steve Viglione. I'm the co-founder and co-host of Dream Central Now. I'm here with Dr. Marilyn Powers and our lovely guest, Sandy Parente. Sandy today has inspired us to kick off a new series on Dream Central Now called How to Interpret Your Dreams. And Sandy is here today to talk with Dr. Marilyn about her dream she had 2 weeks ago. Sandy reached out to us, asked if Marilyn could interpret it, and we set up this new platform for you, the viewer, so you can see how Marilyn interprets dreams. So without further ado, I'm going to turn this over to Dr. Marilyn and Sandy and welcome everybody watching.
Thank you, Steve. I'm so excited to be here with Sandy today. Can you imagine over a 2-week period, Sandy, you kept your dream in your memory? It was so important for you to share. The first thing I would like to ask you, Sandy, is do you have any history in your younger years as a teen adult of recalling dreams? Or was this a special moment when you recalled this dream you're sharing today?
Hi, Marilyn, and thanks for having me. I remember when I was younger, I would have a dream and it would be just a dream. I would dream every night and remember my dreams. But once in a while, I would have a dream in color and vibrant. And to me, it would leave a lasting impression. I would just know in my knowing that it was something that I needed to get at. And I've never really had a dream interpretation. That's why I came to you. I know that you'll be able to help me here.
Well, I'm excited, and I think you are one of the few children through growing up that you were aware that you were dreaming, you were recalling, and some of them were in technicolor and vivid. Often they are in black and white. And that today, what I'd like to ask you also, what is your motivation that prompted you to ask Steve and I to have this session with you?
Well, I know that you are a very gifted and talented woman with a PhD and have many, many years interpreting dreams. So with this particular dream, I knew to write it down, and it opened up something in me that I need to know the real true interpretation. I could say many, many things on interpreting or ask anybody. I've asked my friend, well, what do you think? What do you think? But I want to go to a professional and my dear sweet friends for many, many, many years and get a good answer.
So something that's important to remember, and yes, I am Dr. Marilyn Powers, and I have a lot of experience. However, this is a co-creation, Sandy. It's through our conversation that you and I will have intuitive insights into the meaning of this dream for you in the period that you're living and the background of the day when you recalled the dream. So the first thing I want to ask you is, in this period of your life, what does this period in your life in which you had your dream feel like? It is a time when, use that phrase, it is a time when.
It is a time when I am learning and growing. I am releasing all my shadows. all that I can do. I am learning about the law of attraction. I'm learning about positive thinking. I'm learning about prayer. It just feels like this is the best of the rest of my life. I don't have time to fool around. I'm at that age where I'm retired now and I want the best, the rest to be the best.
Well, what you're saying is the soul is in the driver's seat of your life. You're letting go of the museum of resentments and regrets. You're opening your heart to prayer, and you are studying spiritual principles and wisdom. And your heart and mind is open to receiving. Now, can you give me the date on which you had the dream?
It was 2 weeks ago. I would say around July 16th.
Good. And July 16th, do you remember anything from the background of that day? Because, when you go to sleep each night and you keep a dream journal, it's very helpful to write the date of the night you'll be dreaming. So, as best you can, is there anything you remember from July 16th? It was a Wednesday because I left for Alaska on the 17th of July.
Nothing out of the ordinary. I wasn't thinking of this particular person. I haven't dreamt about this particular, we'll do more in the dream interpretation, but I have not dreamt about her in many, 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 many years since I was young. And so, no, this one was more of a shock. It's something I don't even understand. It's a lot of them I can understand and interpret myself. This one is something divine, something different. There may be a hidden message behind it. I don't know.
But you knew this was essential and important for you to have a conversation with me.
Yes.
So, what I'm going to ask you to do is to share the dream and to do it in the present tense, as if the dream is unfolding now, as you're sharing it in this conversation between us.
So before Sandy does that, I looked up in our notes, Sandy, and it was July 21st that you texted us. And I think you said it was a couple of nights before that. So you could get some idea, Marilyn, of when this was, maybe around the 19th of July.
Okay.
Excellent. Thank you, Steve.
Sure.
So let's begin, Sandy.
All right. I am standing next to my mother. She's been deceased since 2002, and she's standing up. I haven't seen her in many, 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 many years in dreams. And we were invited to this, what I would say church, maybe a cathedral. It was very proper and old and beautiful. It had stained glass. It had a large audience. We were up by the front of that as guests would, and there's the altar in front of us, and then there's a group of people. And then I was just standing next to her, and the gentleman who asked her a question, I didn't see him, but I heard him. He said to my mother, it looked like I was just standing right next to her. It was like I didn't have anything to do with what was going on, but I was there next to her. And she said, I would like to sing a Christmas song. And this gentleman said, no, it's not time yet. Don't sing a Christmas song. It's just not time yet. And I thought, oh, that's weird. My mother always loved Christmas time. So I just assumed that that's why she would want to sing a Christmas song. But he said, no, it's not time yet. And so she thought and thought and thought. And she rose up in her voice and started singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And it was just beautiful. She had a beautiful voice and she started singing, and then it ended.
So, first of all, this is a beautiful dream. The setting, the vibration, being in this cathedral. And of course, the cathedral is within you. That space and consciousness. And can you say a little, what was your mother's name?
Elaine.
Elaine. And if you were to describe your relationship with Elaine, your mom, in a few words, what would stand out about your relationship with her?
Very broken, and she was very, very mentally ill. So I forgave her as an adult. So we had relationship after that. But before that, it was
Rocky.
an abusive relationship.
So what is happening here today? If you feel comfortable, can you give me your age? Because it may.
Okay, I'm 68.
68.
Yes.
That's a 14, a 5, which is about dynamic change, which is going on in your life today. So let's understand the scripts we have with a parent on this physical plane don't necessarily carry over to the next plane. And what you're experiencing now is the consciousness of your mom and you sharing the frequency of the cathedral. And that she is with you now on this journey, this spiritual stage in your life where you're opening your heart and your wisdom to the higher principles and your purpose for being here. And so it's important to know that our mothers evolve, how we experience them as children, what the programming was between the two of us, that we were both in the process of healing each other, healing within ourselves. And because you completed with forgiveness, reminds me of my mother Ruth before she died, and I gave her a card and it said, "You were perfect." And she said to me, "Do you really mean that?" And I said, "Perfect for me, Mom." And that's where you were in your forgiveness, which was a deep process of healing. But now you've moved with her to a higher frequency. And you're in this cathedral that is so beautiful and inspiring. Now, also, there's a gentleman there who seems to be very wise and understand divine timing. And when your mother is going to sing a Christmas song, Christmas, where we are in July, is how many months ahead of us?
6.
6 months. But what is important here, Sandy, is that there is an upcoming event with your mom in December, but that's not now. What does the song Somewhere Over the Rainbow mean for you, Sandy?
I looked it up, but it really, really means to me that yes, your dreams can come true somewhere over the rainbow, somewhere as you go through healing. And all that is, and all that comes to is family, love, purpose, all that at the end of the rainbow, you're going to be okay. You're going to thrive.
So, what you're saying is, Mom, as you sing this Over the Rainbow, you're affirming that you and I are thriving. The past and the pain is behind us. And now in this cathedral of light, we are moving forward into a higher frequency of love, connection, wisdom. What are you aware of right now as we're talking, Sandy?
I am so aware, and I will be completely open and honest because I think some women, some moms need to hear this. And it gave me reassurance that there's hope. My two sons are estranged from me, and I have not seen one of them in 20 years and the other one in about 15 years. And I don't know some of my grandchildren or his family. So I've always wanted this healed. I wanted this healed. I've asked for forgiveness. I've done everything I could. So I don't know if this is connected to that, as I had to, go ahead and be with my mom. And from that point on, it goes down the lineage.
What I'm hearing is, if you think of Christmas, that is the birth of Christ. And what the gentleman was saying is that healing, this is in a sense precognitive, the dream, will occur this Christmas. Now it's a hope. It's your heart's desire, which is God's desire for you. And so your mom and you are connecting that your dreams, your heart's desires can come true, and they will, but not until Christmas. And then it'll be a new song, a Christmas song celebrating the birth of the Christ child, the birth of this new life as you go into 2026, because Christmas is a bridge. You're nodding your head. What are you aware of feeling?
Oh, that just thrills me to no end. I do understand as you're talking. Yes, yes, yes. That really says something more than I even interpreted. That really gives me hope for family. And I want my family to be healed more than I was as a mom. I want my daughter to be a healthy mom. I want my sons to be healthy daddies. And I just pray that as we go on, things will be broken in the spiritual realm to where, yes, Mom, me and you can be one-on-one and not have those hurts anymore. You're healed, I'm healed. I even saw my mother. It was so incredible. But when I saw her, she was always overweight in real life. But when she was next to me, she was wearing a pretty dress and she was normal weight. And her face has always been pretty. But I saw that face like she was all put together for church. And
Well, you know what is amazing? The physical you is temporal and finite. And when you see her in her inner being, she's aligned and the perfect form and figure. And the way we experience each other and ourselves as we evolve in the inner world of our dreams is alignment with Source and our perfection. And so getting that affirmation that, Mom, you are perfect and I am perfect, and together we are one.
That's beautiful. That's what I wanted. And it started with me and my mother. I thought it might start with me and my children, but it had to start with me and my mom first.
Right. When we heal our relationship with our mother, which is internalized from our first breath and through all the different stages, we then open our heart to receiving and giving healing to ourselves and others. She is the primal force out of which we grow and heal and transform our consciousness.
That's wonderful.
So let me ask you in closing now, what has stood out from this conversation? And I want to say to those listening that the dialogue between Sandy and I is so important for understanding our dreams. And that's why having a friend, a companion, being in a dream circle gives us the opportunity to communicate and share and have those intuitive flashes. So right now, what are two standouts from this conversation today?
I did not realize that the cathedral was in me. I didn't realize it until you said that. And that represented me on the inside. And that was amazing. I mean, to me, that almost brought tears to my eyes.
So take a moment now, and just for a moment, closing your eyes and bring the cathedral, the image of the cathedral into your awareness. And I am the cathedral. Let's say it.
I am the cathedral.
I am, describe yourself in I am language.
I am healed and whole and ready to serve.
And how do you appear? How do you look? How do you project your beauty? I am a cathedral, large. Let's hear a few things as your eyes are closed and you're uniting with that field of energy.
I am the cathedral. I see my side as many, many colors, like stained glass and the light going through it and touching others. And people are watching and people are in my life, and there are going to be many, many more than what I think. And it's just the beginning of something that is everlasting. And it's beautiful. And I thank my mom. I really thank my mother. She's a beautiful, she is perfect, and she is wonderful.
So gently opening your eyes whenever you want to enter the cathedral consciousness within the inner world of your dreams. All you need to do is to close your eyes and re-enter that frequency. Is there something else that stood out for you today?
it stood out that I had to finish the healing with my mother because I've never dreamt of my mother in so many years since I was a child. So, really, that itself brought me to the point where I was, why am I dreaming about her? I mean, really, she's standing right next to me. I have never dreamt anything. So it was something that I needed to explore.
And this is the dream master. Your intuitive genius knows the timing of what you need so you can move forward in this period now of July and Christmas to receive the gift of connection and family.
I did not realize that in my dream. Again, that's something that just you explained it to me. You explained it, is that I only thought my mom loved Christmas and that's why she wanted to sing a Christmas song. But it makes sense because I didn't understand when that gentleman said it's not time yet.
Exactly. Exactly. And so, one action step you would like to take, I can give you a couple and you can think of some more. One, I know you're going to view this recording of our conversation. And that is very helpful because you've had the experience internally, and then to watch it and contemplate and ponder it is enormously empowering. Second, I don't know if you've written the dream out or have kept it. You have. So at this point, I would journal if you feel inspired and inclined about your experience today and also other insights that are revealed to you from the dream.
Okay.
And thirdly, to plant the seed to receive other dreams to guide you in this period, which is very dynamic. We're already in August. And just so I know, when is your birthday?
June 4th.
So you just had an important birthday for yourself. The dream came in July, and December will be a turning point as you move forward into the new year.
That is wonderful. Thank you so much.
Is there anything you would like to add before we ask Steve if he would like to share something with you?
Not right at the moment. I'm just in awe. I need to process this because I encourage anybody to please get a hold of Steve and Marilyn, because what you think you dream may not be all that you dream, and you need to understand it. And there are people who are really there for you. So I thank you, Marilyn, from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you for joining us. Steve, is there something you'd like to share with Sandy?
Definitely, because I wanted the two of you to interact to completion, but I have what I would call a bonus perspective, Sandy, a bonus perspective to share with you. And normally I wouldn't share this publicly, but I feel moved to because I think a lot of people are going to be served by this video that we're doing today. My sister was also challenged with her mental health and took her life 38 years ago. Her favorite song was Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I cannot tell you the times in the last 38 years that song has appeared over. I could be in a restaurant, I could be in the car, and every time she has come through with that song. Her name was Sandy. And I don't know for sure, I just feel it's true, that somehow your mom and Sandy connected, and that song has brought us all together today.
Beautiful.
Because she always comes through with a gift. My sister was my guardian angel, and she was a beautiful light and soul, but she couldn't handle the difficulties of this world. I always feel she's out there on the other side doing her work. So I don't know if it's true. It just feels like she brought us all together with your mom today to have you talk with Marilyn and myself and get perspective on this dream. What do you think about what I shared?
Wow, that just gave me the chills. We are all one, and we're connected for a reason. And this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of our lives. And I believe there's more and more and more that we are able to give. And I just want to be that vessel. For lack of a better word, I want to be that vessel as well.
You are that
thank you.
vessel. You are that vessel. That's the cathedral.
I'll write that down.
And Catherine Ponder has a saying, our giving makes us rich. And so you're giving today to others who are going to watch this video. And we're giving, and that's our whole intention for this channel, is to bring the light to the world, to heal, to grow, and have people be served by this channel called Dream Central Now. And thank you so much, Sandy, for sharing your heart and your dream today. It means a lot to me and Marilyn that you would come on and do this. And I know others are going to follow after they see your.
Please. Yes. Courage. It's life-changing. It's opening up so much in me today. I can feel it. And I just need to do these steps to remind myself to go on and to see what my next step is. Thank you so much. You guys are the best.
Sure. Thank you, Sandy. And Marilyn, is there anything else before I do a closing statement for the audience?
I think a closing statement would be perfect now.
Okay. If you have been with us all this time on this video, congratulations. I'm sure you have a lot of insights at this point. That's the purpose of this recording and the purpose of sharing your dream for dream interpretation here at Dream Central Now. So if there are any of you that want to write in, please go to dreamcentralnow.com. You can fill out a message to us and say that you'd like to be a guest on this platform, which is the series, How to Interpret Your Dreams with Steve and Marilyn and Dream Central Now. If you've been with us also this whole time, please like the video and subscribe, and you'll see more of these dream interpretation videos, as well as having, we have meditation videos, we have dream recall videos with Dr. Marilyn leading you in a dream recall video so you can go to a more restful sleep before you dream. So thank you, Dr. Marilyn Powers. Thank you, Sandy, and namaste to everybody.
Namaste.
Namaste.